release position with square blades in the water to the catch position. And what it does is it actually accelerates the boat in the direction of stern, which means that the boat now at this point of time pulls you a bit forward. Hello and welcome to part number 3 of the most important technique drills in a single scull. Today we follow up on the first 2 videos. In case you missed these, I'm going to link the videos and the playlist in the description below. Drill number 3 helps us to feel how far to the catch we should go. And it is basically a reverse pull. Let me show you again. What Alex does, he goes from release position with square blades in the water to the catch position. And what it does is it actually accelerates the boat in the direction of stern, which means that the boat now at this point of time pulls you a bit forward, which means you get a nice full extension in the shoulders. I don't want you to overextend the shoulders, that's important. You still should have a torso posture that doesn't compromise at the catch. However, at the same time, you need a bit of flexibility around the shoulders because your hands are supposed to go together, across and outward again, so you cannot be too stiff. And a lot of you athletes row the linear drive erg all winter long or now during lockdown, and you're too stiff here, you lost the feeling for the boat, and now you have to regain it very quickly. What are the most important things to watch out here? First of all, see how the blade just rests in the water. It floats, and wherever the blade height is, when the blade floats without any interference from us whatsoever, is the right blade height, because these blades are designed to have exactly the water surface in front of the blade shape that is needed to accelerate the most efficient way. This is how these blades were designed. And as you move forward, you want to start with the arms, then with the elbows, you push with the help of the upper body. And now the boat is already accelerating towards stern, so you will feel a bit of a, oh, something's pulling me. Right, you accelerated basically the blade in the water, and you accelerated therefore the boat a bit, and this pulls you now a bit to the catch. And at this point of time, you got to make sure that your body position is not compromised in a way that your seat does its own thing, slides forward. No. You just really want to get the hands forward. And as the blade now is pulling basically reverse, it's pulling on your hands, for the first time you get a feeling of, oh, it is my hands that are connected to the blade primarily, not the seat. The seat is just a help in between, but it's not the prime element. And a lot of people are doing these fertility motions with the seat all the way to the front and forget about that the hands are the most important things that need to move forward. At this point of the stroke, you see that there's actually quite a bit of pull on the shoulders. You see Alex's shoulders are quite defined at that moment. And this is where the blade should still float. And that's the difficult part about it. Because something pulling on the blades and therefore pulling on your hands creates quite a bit of instability. And this is exactly where you need to keep light hands, have a hook grip only, and let the blades pull on your hand. And the most important thing about this exercise is that this is exactly how you should be approaching the catch every stroke cycle. Your forearm should be pulling everything forward, and the rest of the torso should be preparing and opening up. But it's still the forearms that go forward and out. And this is what we forget when we row these linear drive ergs. All you can do is just go forward. But in a boat, it's a much different position. You have to go out. And these outward motions start to become quite unnatural for us in the winter. And these are the most important things we need to learn when we get back in the boat. So here, something is not just pulling forward. No. It is pulling outward. It teaches our body how that should feel. And exactly this feeling and exactly these optics, if you're more the visual type of person, are the ones you need to strive for when you go to the catch. So this exercise helps you to find the right catch posture and position, even if you don't have a coach right next to you. Let's watch it again. So blades float and you push your hands forward until the boat starts to pull you forward. And now something pulls you and you got to be in a very stable position. And the thing is, right now, your muscles are super well prepared for pull. It's two types of contraction you can get in a muscle. One for pushing and one for pulling. And we need the one for pulling. This is why it's so important when you go forward to the catch, not just with this exercise, also in regular rowing, that your forearm pulls on your muscles in order to prepare these muscles for the pull that's going to come when you start your leg drive. Why do we do this? What's the effect of that? You have a super quick rise in your force curve without a lot of effort. That's important. The thing about the rowing stroke is that you want to be as energy efficient as possible. So if you can prepare your muscles at the catch to be naturally, to be in a state of free contraction, in a state of stretch almost, where you can feel the pull, and the moment you start to apply force with your feet, which travels through your body, through your hip, through your back, shoulders, into your hands again, these muscles are prepared to handle the load. And that's one of the most important aspects of this exercise. So you see, this exercise is not just, put the blade in the water and just pull forward and just get done with it. No, the idea is to multidimensionally prepare your body for the most effective drive you can possibly have. First, the posture, but also the way the muscles are prepared. This is a huge factor. And also for your feeling of mobility you need to reach out. These are very, very important aspects to be very focused on when you do this exercise. All right, let's look at it once more. Forward. Now loosen up the legs. You see how late Alex loosens up the legs? See this? Super late. Yeah, very good. For a start, if you feel that this exercise is pretty unstable and how do I start with it, just start from 3/4 slide to the catch, and that's it. And then you can extend from half slide to the catch, from quarter slide to the catch, and then from release to the catch. All right, and when you really master this, then you can start the drive. Then you do, let's say, from release to catch or 3/4 slide to catch, and then you start the drive. And that's very important. You gotta feel that you can't just put the hammer down at the catch. If your muscles are prepared, this is a matter of a bit of resistance on your feet, and you have super quick connection at the catch. All right, as promised, I'm going to answer a question I got on YouTube. Philip asks a question: the oars are clearly not fully immersed while floating by themselves, and without any vertical movement of the hands, there is no reason it could change. Is this not somewhat to decrease the efficiency of the drive? If you let your blades float, they should be just below the water surface, and maybe the top edge of the blade should be shining through the water. That's about it. And if that's not the case, I would question the center of gravity of these oars. With some oar manufacturers, you can't really custom order that. With Veshza, I know you can. So this is possible. But generally speaking, what you want to do at the catch, you want to have a solid connection between water and blade. And most athletes dig too deep with the blade. And the problem is that you create a huge amount of slip. Now, I'd rather have the blade shining through like 5 millimeters or so, if that's going to be the case after all, because the moment you apply force, it is very likely that the blade sucks itself in a bit more, just enough to be fully covered. Check out the videos, you will probably see this. And then you have a super quick connection. But what most athletes do is that at the catch, they position their body in a way that leads to the point where they have an upward rotation around the hip or around the shoulder, and the blade digs in way too deep, and eventually by 3/4 slide, some even half slide, get a solid connection where the blade is not traveling up and down. So you have to choose the better of the two evils. The fastest way to connect is with rental foils. You put them on top of your blade and you're super, super well connected, and there's nothing that's gonna interrupt that stable precision of the blade. Philippe, I hope this answers your question. All right, if you want to join the weekly live indoor rowing sessions, go to armtraining.com. And if you want to get your personal training plan, prepare for the next season, prepare for the winter, prepare for your next peak of season 2021, act on time. Go to armtraining.com, check out the training plans we have. And for the rest, looking forward to your comments, and I'm looking forward to see you soon.
Genau, und jetzt gehen wir den Dreiviertel Rollbahn. So, da bleiben wir stehen.
If you like my work, please support my work on patreon.com. I put the link in the description below.